Hello my dear health seekers, Inga from Health Origins here, and welcome back to 30 videos in 30 days. So today I've got an interesting recipe for you. If you are stuck with too much dried basil like I am, then you will love it because we're going to be making some tea two ways. So let's begin. So the first cup of tea we're going to be making is just simple basil and ginger tea strained in the tea strainer here. So I'm just getting my water to boiling, and we're going to need, because I'm going to be just making 1 cup of tea, so we're going to need just 1 portion, but obviously if you're making for 2 people, then double it up. So I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of dried basil leaves in here, and I'm gonna put half a teaspoon of ginger, grated ginger. So this is fresh grated ginger, and it's better to do it grated like that because the flavor infuses much quicker that way than sliced ginger, because I've done it with sliced ginger, but this way it's much better. So I'm gonna just pour about 1 cup's worth of water, and we're gonna let it infuse just a little bit while we prepare the other kind of tea. So other tea is the chai. So I got in fact I've got inspiration for trying to have basil as a tea from a lovely lady from a health food store that I go to every week. She mentioned that there is some tulsi tea, so like some kind of specific type of basil tea, and I thought, well, I'll try it with my basil, because as you can see, when I was ordering, so this was ages ago, right? So it says best before September 2017, so it's 3 years out of date. I mean, it still smells nice, it still has the aroma, and I'm sure there's nothing wrong with it. You know, it's probably not as strong and potent, but you know, it's not nothing wrong with it. You could still use it, but I'm never going to use this whole amount on cooking or anything like that. I hardly use basil as a spice anywhere, so I thought that's perfect. I'll be, you know, trying it as a tea, and it actually really worked. The tea that comes out is quite you know, herby, but I don't mind that. I quite like that, and with the addition of ginger, it's really nice. So yeah, so this is the way I've tried, but this is another inspiration I got while just googling you know, basil tea, and I've got to this chai. So with fresh basil, that one was fresh basil, ginger, milk. So basically it's like an Indian tea, chai as they call it, but you know, I'm going to be using it flavored with the dried basil rather than fresh. So I'm gonna put my kettle on. So we need about 2 cups of water. Then also you could either use 1 cup of store-bought milk. However, not all milks will work, because I already tried with a cup of my homemade soy milk, and it curdles, so it doesn't work with every milk. I think store-bought milks, if they've got some thickeners, if they've got some other kind of, you know, additives, that it might work, it might not curdle. But I'm using 1/4 cup of coconut milk from, you know, the tin instead. So 2 cups of water. I need to put my induction hob on. So I've got that on. 2 cups of water. And I'm going to be putting 2 teaspoons of basil. So this is going to make 2 cups of chai. So 1 and 2. And then we have 1 teaspoon of grated ginger. So I'm going to add that in there. and we're gonna let that to get to boiling and to boil for about 2-3 minutes. So it's been about 3 minutes that's been boiling and infusing. So I'm gonna just add a coconut milk in here. So this is a 1/4 cup. If you're using other store-bought milk like oat or almond perhaps, then use a cup. So I'm just gonna let that come to boil. So my milk is boiling, so I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of English breakfast tea. If you have loose leaf tea, then use a teaspoon and 1/4, I believe, is suggested, or just start with a teaspoon and see how strong you like it. But because I don't have just pure black tea, I've got 1 loose leaf with vanilla. I didn't want to mix the flavor, so I'm just adding just a normal English tea bag, and I'm switching off you know, from boiling, and I'm gonna let that infuse for a minute or so. And obviously if you want your tea stronger, you could maybe boil it for another minute or so and leave the tea bag in longer. But especially it's at night time, we shouldn't be even drinking caffeine teas, so I'm not leaving it for too long here. So I'm gonna just take the tea bag out, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna strain it. We're gonna strain this tea through a little strainer to obviously to catch all the basil leaves and the ginger here. Beautiful. And yeah, so this is the chai tea. I'm quite excited to try it. I would normally use a bit of sugar as well with that, but let me just try a little bit without. And then we're gonna pour, I'm gonna pour a little bit of this infused tea too, and then I'm gonna compare the two. So this is just basil and ginger that's been steeping in a kind of tea percolator. Switch that off. It's making this noise. So yeah, so let's try this tea. It's really nice. You can taste the ginger quite strongly in this because it had 1/2 teaspoon of ginger, fresh grated ginger. So if you don't like your tea too tasting too much gingery, is that even a word? Yeah, if you don't like the taste of ginger too much, then maybe add 1/4 teaspoon and try it. But it's really nice. It's got a little bit of kick, like I said, from ginger, but it's and it kind of masks a bit that herby taste of basil, so it's actually quite nice ginger tea. So yeah, I quite like that. But let's try the chai. So hopefully I'm not gonna burn myself because it's pretty hot. So let me taste test, and I would probably put a bit of sugar in this. In fact, actually I want to have the proper taste, so I'll pour a full cup here. I'll pour a full cup because I want to have the proper taste of what I would, you know, would get as a chai tea. I'll bring a little bit of sugar. So I've got a bit of brown sugar here. So I'm going to put a teaspoon into my cup, and I'm going to taste test it properly for you. It smells so delicious, guys. So creamy. So let me taste test this. Oh my goodness, this is so delicious. Oh wow, such creamy taste, and it's got just this amazing flavor. Wow. Can't even describe it, guys, but it's just so good. I think I found my favorite chai combination. I don't drink teas with milk much because milk actually takes away neutralizes all the antioxidants that you get in tea leaves, for example. But once in a while as a treat, I think this is really delicious. So yeah, so definitely thumbs up for me for this creamy chai, basil and ginger chai. And this is just a very kind of herbal and ginger infusion. If you don't like it too strong of ginger, then maybe either omit it and you just have like herbally basil tea, or put just 1/4 of a teaspoon, just a little bit, just for that extra flavor. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed these zero waste or trying to use up your massive stash of basil tea, and watch out for my other video on using more basil, because of my milk curdling in the process of trying to make first cut of this chai tea. I've decided to make actually a cheese with it, so some kind of like a tofu soft cheese with basil and ginger and some other spices. So yeah, so watch out for that. But if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. I make videos or upload videos every Wednesday and Saturday, and obviously this month I'm doing 30 videos in 30 days. So I hope you're enjoying this. I hope you're getting a lot of value from these videos. And remember guys, food is fuel. So be mindful of what you put in the body. Until next time.